drive me crazy. I think I like it. Wake up with
You're gonna
a
get us
smile.
demonetized.
Let's keep fighting.
Are we even live?
Yeah, we're live.
Oh
But
shit!
it's exciting.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
We just got a copyright for it.
Welcome back to episode 2 of Bubble Stuff.
It's technically episode 1. We did episode 0 last week.
How you're starting
Do the
it.
pilot.
I liked it better when it was called Dupe.
Oh boy. So
Welcome-
yeah, first episode of Bubble
Welcome
Stuff.
back to Home Before Dark. It's first real episode of Bubble Stuff. And we don't even have any bubbles to show for it.
Bubbles.
Actually,
No.
I'll take that back.
No, you're
Hold
good.
on.
Oh,
Oh yeah, there's the bubble stuff, Joe Johnstone.
feeling stuffed.
Feeling real stuffed. Can you guys hear us all right? Is my microphone on?
Yes.
Yes.
You guys
All
can
three
hear me
are on.
okay?
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure. Purple stuff. I am Tim Herb. As always, I'm joined by my lovely co-host, Mr. Kevin Bradley, and next to me, my lovely wife, Angie Herb. How are you?
Good. How
Thanks
are
for
you?
joining us.
Thanks.
Thanks for making this a regular thing now.
I'm very excited.
Yeah.
So, for those of you that joined us last week
For
With-
the Fluffer show.
for the Fluffer show, for the Fluffer Nutter,
Ooh, I like that.
what?
Bubble stuff or Fluffer Nutter?
Bubble stuff. We're not eating fluff or another.
Yeah,
Every
That would be
episode.
good actually. If
No.
we ate one to start the show, like we make one, we cut it into triangles, and then you gotta. That's how you.
Then you
start
have
the
to play
show.
that music box song that you found. Then
Yeah.
that's our.
Can you turn my
theme.
headphones up? Turn them up.
Okay.
As the great Fisticuffs once said. Oh, yeah, there
Is
we
that
go.
Good?
Yeah, put some
you-
treble in it.
Okay, great.
Put some treble in it.
How's that?
Drop the beat. Drop the beat. No, yeah, that's
Okay.
good.
Yeah. So those
Oh
of you,
shit, Bubble Stuff. We got Bubble Stuff himself.
Yes.
Will
sir.
Balron in the
Yes, sir.
in the trap right now. Oh shit, it's Bubble Stuff time, guys.
So yeah, this is for those of you that joined us last week, with the end of the Atlanta United season, and as much as we like to record and do this show, even though we're in the off season now, the plan is to keep the conversation going forward, and the three of us will get together, once a week or once every couple of weeks and talk about creative endeavors that we have going on and things that we're doing and going through the off season and into next year.
Yeah.
Should be fun.
It's always kind of not. It's been a while, like you said last week. It's no longer the regular show.
Yeah. It feels nice to not have an agenda whenever we sit down to talk.
We've never had an agenda though.
But we
There
do.
were like 5 weeks where we did Google Docs, like planned out show notes
Yeah.
beforehand
But
for
what
the
I
Atlanta
mean-
United show, and then it was we
but
stopped.
we follow a format every week with Atlanta United. Like
Yeah, that's true.
This you're just gonna be able to talk about whatever. whenever.
Step 1, beg for reviews. Step 2, beg for subscribes.
Step 3, lineup. Step 4,
Bubble
game.
tea.
Step 5, crack.
Step 5, make Michelle quit the trap because we start talking about food, as we always inevitably do. We inevitably does.
Exactly. Speaking of which, hour-long waits at Popeyes right now.
Yes. So
For a permanent menu item.
And
Yeah.
there's no proof that you actually get it after the hour, because we saw no one getting a sandwich.
yeah, we walked in there yesterday on our way down to Chastain Park and to go to the Chastain Park Art Festival. And we walked in. This is the trick that I was taught a long time ago with the like the drive-through lines, like at Chick-fil-A, is you walk in instead of whenever the drive-through is wrapped around, you're like
for
nobody's
Starbucks.
in line
Right.
and inside. So
Yeah.
we did that, and we get in there. There's like 3 people in front of us in line, and nothing's moving. There's like 20 sandwiches, 10 sandwiches, whatever, on the shelves underneath the heat lamp. Nobody's moving anything. And then the guy behind us is like, yeah, he's like, I have a timer set on my phone. It's 40 something minutes. So you could have gone and
That
like
is
made
insane.
yourself one.
That
There's
is
so many knockoff recipes on
Yeah.
Tasty and BuzzFeed and
Kendrick-
Scrumdiddlyumptious.
Kendrick said that mobile app is the way to go. You put the call in, go in, pick it up, walk it out.
I wonder if that's why it was jacked up. If those sandwiches were all
Might have been.
online orders that people were,
Oh, the ones that they weren't giving to anybody.
yeah,
Might have been.
Maybe.
like they were reserved for
good
somebody
plan.
coming in.
You
Yeah.
just gotta get there when they open. Just
What time is that?
I don't know. I think they open.
Yeah, when do they open?
10:30 or 11? I would assume because they're open for lunch, but they don't have a breakfast menu.
Unless you go to the airport.
Yeah, and that's the one place that they actually have a Popeyes breakfast biscuit, right?
Oh, I don't know. I still get
I'm pretty
ripping
sure.
chicken there.
Yeah.
That's the
chicken
only way to
claw.
go.
Yeah.
But yeah, you were on the way over and you tried, or didn't try.
Yeah. Hey, look, Joe Johnstone mentions the meet and greet in the off season at
Oh,
Arby's. I had my own meet and greet table for one with Will Bowron. There is my special guest as he watched me down the biggest beef and cheddar I've ever had in my life.
Oh God.
Got it double stuffed.
Gross.
What? Did you really get double meat?
It seemed like it.
Oh my God. Do they do that?
Do they do that?
Do they do that? Does Arby's do double meat?
Do double meat, double cheddar.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Double onions?
Uh-huh. Just you got to let it stay in the bag long enough to really soak it all in. You got to let that bread marinate.
Oh. Yeah.
Anyway, fun weekend all around.
Yes.
Fun creative weekend
Absolutely.
for everybody. First Chomp and Stomp for you guys, right?
Chomp and Stomp.
First period. Yeah,
What?
first time out there, period.
Oh,
First period.
Tim got his first.
Congratulations, Tim! You're finally a lady. I'm so happy for you.
I mean, he really stole the thunder from my art show.
Yeah, way
have
to
it
make it all about
be
yourself,
about
Tim. You're finally blossoming into the young
First
woman we always knew
period.
you to be.
I'm still a young woman at heart. But yeah, it was our first time out at Chomp and Stop in general, and then Angie had a booth out there slinging her artwork.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It was really good. They had it organized really nicely.
Yeah.
We all lined up in our cars and then drove through the streets because it's so tiny down
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. It's just a beautiful day
Yeah,
all
it was
around.
awesome.
I mean, the weather was perfect. I don't know if any of you guys made it out to Chomp and Stomp this year, or if you haven't been before.
If you didn't make it out to Chomp and Stomp, or if you did and you didn't come see us, I'm quite disappointed in you. We did see Brian though.
The Brian that Joe Johnstone mentions.
Yeah.
We saw him out at Chomp and Stomp.
Yeah, it was good times.
You chased him into a house.
Chased him
No.
out of a house.
Yeah.
Out of a house.
I met him.
We rescued him from that house party.
While
Yeah.
he was carrying his child.
Oh yeah, he's like,
Yeah.
here. I didn't get to meet his wife because his wife was chasing after
I
their
know-
son. But
I know her name starts with an E, but I don't remember anything after that. I want to say Aaron, maybe.
yeah, it's like here,
Eliza.
take him,
It-
Eliza. Yeah,
So yeah. First Chomp and Stomp. Did you guys get? We just buddy of mine, good friend, another fellow artist, Wesley Moose, lives down near that part of town, and so we hung out with him for the day. And I think was that the only chili you guys ate? That's the only chili I ate. all
Yeah.
day.
yeah. It was.
I ate more than enough of it. That's for sure.
Same here.
It was good and it was free.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Until we had to go get a 10 p.m. DiGiorno stuffed crust pizza from Publix.
I don't know how you did that.
I forgot about
We
it.
had fights to watch. I mean, we
But
we
you
had to stay
still
up
fell asleep.
somehow. Yeah. Dude, that main event didn't start till like
I
midnight.
know. That's
like
why I was
12:30.
There's no way in hell I was
Good
gonna make it
God.
over here. There's
Yeah.
no way I was gonna make it over here.
How would you say it's compared to? So we did. How many shows did we do last year? About 10? Not quite.
6?
6. And we've done 11 this year, or something like that. 12.
I gotta pull up the sheet for these numbers, but I think we probably have 12 or 13 to do, and we've maybe done 9 of them.
So 2 questions. First one is, are there any that you haven't done that you're interested in doing?
Yeah, I
going
want to
forward?
do Inman Park next
Oh, yeah.
year.
Yeah, it's a fun one.
That's a cluster.
Yeah.
Whenever you're actually out there,
It's
Yeah.
another small streets
Yeah.
one.
and the house tour stuff.
Yeah.
That's like uniquely
Yeah.
Inman Park. I feel
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
is the house tours.
Yeah. I feel like there are a lot of spring ones I need to look into that I just
Mhm.
don't know exist.
But you've done the majority of them at this point.
The fall ones. I
Yeah.
didn't do any spring ones
That's true.
the past
Yeah.
few years.
So of the ones that you've done, and same question for both of you guys. Because we were talking before this, I think Chomp it's my favorite, and I think it's arguably one of the top 3 festivals in Atlanta as far as just size and draw that it brings from the city. If you were to give your top 3 festivals in the city, having done so many of them, what would those be?
Do you mean top 3 like most fun or
Yeah.
top 3
Yeah.
most fun because they make the most money?
Yes.
Yes.
Hey, wait, whoa!
Um,
I don't want our finances floated around here. I'm just kidding.
I was gonna try to tie your period back into there, but I couldn't get it. Strut I think was super fun and just surprising by how well we did.
Yeah.
Chomp and Stomp was probably the most fun
Yeah.
and still did well. The ice holiday shoptacular.
That is a
filming,
fun one.
That one's fun.
That is really fun because it's indoor. It's the only one that I know of that's indoors, right?
They have their other ones are indoors, and then
What other? Because I don't know of any other festivals that are indoors.
What, ice?
like
Yeah.
we've done brewery shows that are
Yeah.
inside,
That's
but
true.
Nothing,
That's true.
Brewery pop-ups happen.
But like
happen a lot
ice is
around
a
there.
big
Ice is the
pop
big
up,
one,
like,
and it's
and
big.
it's pretty much like a festival. Really,
They've doubled it this year.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Yeah.
Big. Is it still down by?
No.
Oh, it's not.
Yeah, they stopped doing the train depot. They're gonna do it in the Congress Center.
Oh wow.
this
Yeah.
year.
Wow, that's
Yeah,
gonna be great.
and it's not in any. It's in the atrium, right?
Well, they said that it's in what do they call Auditorium C?
Oh god,
But I think it is technically atrium
It's gonna be great.
that
because they
place.
said it's really bright. It's got a lot of light. So I
Yeah.
think it's the hallway by Mercedes-Benz that's all glass.
The place is
Yeah.
massive. I've
Yeah.
had to do stuff like I've had to go down there for work before in like Hall D or something, like one of the ones towards the back.
Shit, we'll be able to get Arby's though. That's great.
Yeah, that's true.
We'll have that meet and greet after all.
Yeah.
Hey, that's what we
Dude,
need to do.
it's legitimately like a half-mile walk from one side of the building to the other. It takes a
Yeah.
while.
They're not taking the whole building though.
No, I know. I'm just saying if they're gonna be in like C, then the main entrance I think is A and B, and then C I think you have to go through a fair amount of the building to get to.
Or
I
you
hope
can just
I
walk-
really hope I'm wrong.
Just walk up by Mercedes-Benz and go in
Yeah.
those doors right
Yeah.
there.
Joe Johnston's asking if we're going to be putting these on iTunes. We are. We talked about this last week. Audacity has proven to be broken with the new Mac OS. So trying to figure out the best way to go about recording the audio other than just pulling it down from YouTube.
But yeah, it'll go up on iTunes. Whether or not we get another, I don't think it.
No new feed. This will
yeah.
just go in the Home Before Dark feed.
Yeah.
So if you guys aren't subscribed to the main show feed, just go look up Home Before Dark. It's the non-Atlanta United stream or feed
Yeah.
on iTunes and all the podcatchers. So one thing with those shows, the one days I think I'll say from an outsider's perspective, even though I'm participating, is the one day shows are I think they're more fun because I have no idea what to expect from them.
Yeah.
And they're packing so much into a single day.
Yeah.
So there's things as big as Strut and as big as Chomp and Stomp.
Yeah.
Whereas going to Grant Park and going to Candler Park and going to Piedmont Park, you know that you know what to expect for both days. I feel like, and it's
Yeah. That's the
I
other
don't
thing I
know.
like about Chomp is it's one day.
Yeah.
So you're not down there for the whole weekend. I mean, you have to run the gamble because if it's a bad day as far as weather goes,
oh yeah.
you're done after that. But yeah, I like that it's just one day, and it's not a whole weekend prolonged thing from that standpoint.
Yeah.
And that chilly aspect of it just makes it so different from
Yeah. And did you
anything
guys
else.
did you really walk around and see like they've got the park back in the back towards Reynoldstown and all that?
I did. I went back in there. They locked some of the bathrooms by us at like 5:00,
okay.
and so I walked all
Yeah,
the way
that
around,
was not cool for a chili
I
festival
walked-
to lock the porta
Yeah.
potties.
all the
not
way
good.
down by there, and all the drunk people had just migrated down, and there were banjo players on the
Oh,
stage,
yeah.
and people were just like having a hoedown.
That's great.
I will say the Chomp had maybe the worst thing that I've ever experienced at a festival is the house music after the festival. There was
I left him to go get the car, and it took me probably like 25 minutes. Everything was packed on the sidewalk with Tim. I come back, and there's this like porch band playing, and he just goes, "I don't know what this is, but it's the worst thing I've ever heard."
I did not know that was.
Oh.
A thing.
It was really bad. What did we say it sounded like?
oh, I don't even remember.
Kind of like we relate a lot of stuff to this, but Jan's music from The Office.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, that's what it was like. She said it sounded like Jan was singing.
It was so bad.
Yeah, she's like, what are they playing? Something better than what they were playing
That's great.
whenever you were gone, because it was
This is the best.
yeah. Yeah, for those of you who are wondering, we are going to be recording the Atlanta United podcast at 8, right around there. So we'll switch it up. But
We're trying to ease you guys into it because after this will be arguably the last episode for Atlanta United
Last regular, like
right.
regularly scheduled, consistent
weekly. Yeah. So
programming.
like going forward, if you see the notification on YouTube, at least until we get closer to next season, it's going to be a little bit more of this. So if you're interested in hearing some of the ongoings outside of Atlanta United and want to come hang out, happy to have you. So
Yeah, you earned your Inktober pin
yeah, thank
this
God
past week.
that's over.
How'd that feel?
Good. It's weird because I still got some stuff to do on it, so I feel like I'm procrastinating really finishing it. But it was good to have it really done. All the concepts are on the paper. It's just going back and finalizing some details. So it was good.
Do you think you'll do Chomp and Stomp next year?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. My buddy Ryan, who I mentioned, Wesley Moose on Instagram, and Tim, if he doesn't want to do a whole tent by himself,
Three-way
we'll
tent.
do a 3-way tent. And but yeah, at least Ryan and I are committed to having a tent together. We did that a while back, so we're gonna get a tent next year, and then maybe I'll see what I can churn out and maybe try to do some shows or something next year. But yeah, I've got the bug again, and I'm kind of working through both what I need to do to finish my Inktober piece and get that put to bed, and then some other sort of creative projects that I want to do. The approach I'm taking now is to try to get into this ebb and flow of month on, month off, of like month production, month R&D, kind of like
Ideation is what we call it
yeah.
in the biz.
Yeah. So I want to do 1 month of like pump and dump, basically.
God, you don't
That's
get
a-
to use
that
that.
is-
That is not for you.
That is a festival. I will gladly get a booth at.
Are you guys going to Chomp and Stomp? No, we got
Pump and Dump.
Yeah,
this week.
pump and dump coming up. No, I want to do a month of just like Inktober, where I'm just working on production stuff, and then the following month watching videos, reading books, trying out some new techniques and stuff like that, and then applying that stuff to different concepts and things I want to try out in the production month. So and then see where it goes, because I think I'm still trying to find out a lot and learn a lot, and there's a lot of stuff that I want to experiment with, and that's some of the more fun aspects of things where you get really loose in the creativity aspect of it, like doing the concept sketches for what actually went on. Like Inktober was sort of this vacuum of that exact process, right? Where it was, I had 31 days at 31 prompts, and I was constantly alternating in between ideation phase, as Tim mentioned it, and the production side of things. So it was like doing concept sketches, just really quick figure drawing, stuff like that, get a concept together that I really liked, and then I had a place to put it once I got the form and figure kind of sorted out, and then ended up with this finished piece at the end of it. So
What if you go back and draw like each character individually
yeah.
and give them like a stats sheet?
Oh yeah, I like that.
That would be
I
really
like
cool.
that. Ryan had a really cool idea, because it's this big thing, right? And like it's comprised of these little scenes and these little moments, and it's really like, I'd say like 5 or 6 interactions over the entirety of the Inktober piece. And he was saying it's almost makes sense to do it in like a 10-piece puzzle. So you do it on like a magnetic board, and you can have like this interaction of these little things here as a puzzle piece. That's
Are you talking about like redrawing it?
No, just scanning it in, breaking it out so that it's segmented enough that you just run through it with a scroll saw or something like that,
or
an X card,
or CNC. Yeah.
But yeah, do something like that, which would be fun. So
Carl Segge's wondering who would headline that festival. Pump and Dump. Yeah.
It's a good question. I have to come back to that one.
That band that was playing Jan music.
Yeah. That's
Well,
exactly
you need somebody to pump before the dump. So
Everybody's just got their own booth and their own pumping and dumping going.
Speaking of pumping and dumping, I feel like a couple of people were about to dump a lot of alcohol into the sidewalk at the end of Chomp and Stomp, the end of the day.
They were gone.
Saw some crowds.
All of a
oh yeah,
sudden,
they were
though.
gone.
It was a
they were
ghost town
gone
at
while
the
they
end of
were
the day,
there.
yeah.
They were, but I mean, like you looked up and they were all inside the house. Like someone told them to get inside.
Yeah. So that's the plan.
Yeah, they got home before dark.
Yeah.
I mean, they literally did.
Nice.
Yeah. It was empty.
And you just finished a
No.
well, didn't
Nope.
finish. You got it figured out.
Yeah,
Close.
maybe.
You're close to
Yeah.
getting a project done.
Yeah.
You have a path.
I saw this I saw this posting on Facebook Marketplace for like 100 boards of reclaimed white oak. I think that's my next project is to go and get
to
that.
reclaim that wood.
Re-
I claim this as mine.
Yeah. Claimed.
No, yeah, it's I am far from background story. Kevin and I, probably your sophomore year, freshman year, we used to talk about going into architecture together, and then I realized
You
can't
pumped
do
and
math.
dumped that idea
Yeah,
real quick.
I pumped and dumped that idea real quick, and I realized I can't do math.
Angie is not a fan of this term.
Get it out now. Get it all out of your system now. It doesn't bother me yet, but one day. One day.
But my my engineering brain is non-existent. Anyway, I'm trying to figure out like piece by piece, going through the forums, how to fix these like idiosyncrasies that the machine has.
This is the other thing we need to do with this podcast. Not to cut you off, I'm gonna let you finish, but going forward, like next week, we need to make sure we have some like assist on the screen, and we pull up pictures on stuff.
Yeah, we'll use OBS, and I'll pull up scenes.
Yeah, because we can do screen
and,
share and stuff to show like the thing that you're sketching on now. You can show, the X-carve and where the issue is coming up and stuff like that. It'd be cool.
Yeah,
have like a little progress board of those charity thermometer pictures, and you fill it in each week.
Yeah.
This is how close we are to getting
Ooh,
the CNC.
I actually kind of like that. Like we all have. Okay, this is okay.
Mine's always going to be at 0.
Finish your story. I'll put a pin in that. We'll come back to the charity thermometer.
I'm just saying it's been a learning experience. We had to fix the X-carve. We had to diagnose exactly what was going on. We couldn't carve past a certain point on one of the axes, and having to fix that. Learning about belting and set screws and all this shit, and then finally getting a carve to go through once it was fixed, and then breaking a bit, and that bit being out of stock online and having to wait a week before we can even carve the thing again. And it's definitely patient or a test of patience. But yes, we are working on a decent sized piece. It's like 3 feet wide by 2 feet tall, something like that. Sign for one of our friends who does art shows, and something for her to hang up in her booth with her logo. And it's been I was telling Angie last night, she was asking if I was getting discouraged. It's like each time something happens, once you get done, it's at first yes, but then like start to cope with it and just use it as a learning experience.
Because we're gonna have to go through this with something.
Yeah, no, for sure.
And at least each time we're figuring it out. We're not just spinning our wheels on the same step every time.
Well, it's going to be like that every time you get a new tool.
Yeah.
Or you use a different wood.
Yeah.
I mean, you're talking about setting on the X-carve, and it's going to change from wood to wood, and you're going to have different speeds and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
Differently.
And then
you're going to keep going through that. So if you're getting frustrated now.
you know what I honestly is a little frustrating, and I don't know why they do this, but Inventables, the team who built the project of the X-carve, which is an open source project.
Can you tell people? Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think people know what that is. This is again, like good screen share.
Yeah, so it's a CNC machine. It is powered by most CNCs, especially professional grade CNCs, are powered by an actual spindle that runs the router bit. It's a computerized router bit. CNC stands for like computational numerical something. I don't remember what it stands for. Yeah, let's call it that. It's like computerized number carver. It's essentially you put line graphics or 3D models into a computer. You tell the machine, which has its own computer, what to do, and it takes a router essentially with a router bit, and it goes and it carves that design out of or into the wood, or plastic or aluminum, or I'm trying to think of the other things that they'll do. There's something called corian, which is almost like
it's a solid surface.
Yeah. It's like a hybrid material, right? It's a polymer. Yeah. It's it looked really cool. Yeah. Some of the like people doing
I'm assuming you can do acrylic and plaster even
and plaster, sure. Yeah, I've seen guys do foam boards like project, like science project boards.
Contour models and college.
Yeah, it's super cool.
Like topography and stuff like that. It's easier to do it out of foam.
It's fun. Yeah. So Inventables is the company that built it. It's inventables.com. There's X-carves. We bought the biggest model just because we felt like it was going to be the most future proof of them.
Yeah.
and in case we wanted to do bigger projects.
Yeah.
I mean, right now, I guess we are using like the full width right now of it. We haven't used the full height of it.
I think you've inspired me to buy the companion tool, which is the laser cutter, the whatever it is. That's like just super.
the
at-home-
Glowforge?
Yeah,
You got that money, son.
I'm doing it.
Yeah.
What
No,
is it?
I'm not.
It's a tabletop laser cutter.
Yeah.
So like it's
Ooh.
enclosed and everything.
Yeah.
It's like $8,000
Oh, I know.
for a tabletop
I know.
freaking laser cutter. Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous. But the one thing that's frustrating is, so it's an open source project. It is, I don't know, I would say probably 5 years old at this point is whenever they came out with it. It's gone through a couple of different iterations, even though I think we're still on version 2 is what we bought. It's just a difference. Like we have ours is powered by a DeWalt like handheld router. But I keep saying the most frustrating thing, but whenever we have an issue looking it up, there's so many threads on their forum, and then so many of them just say there are so many threads in this forum, go search. And then you do, and there are people who have left the forums who gave the answers to those questions and their posts are gone.
Yeah.
So it's like a person having a conversation with himself or
Yeah.
herself saying, hey, I'm trying to figure this out. Oh, that worked. Thank you. And there's nothing in between.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's definitely a learning experience though. It's something that Angie and I put together. I wish we would have had like the patience and everything to do it as a video, but it was during the middle of summer or the end of summer, and it was hot as hell in the garage putting it together, just having to do bit by bit, bolt by bolt, nut by nut, wire by wire. Yeah.
Okay, so while we're rounding out the end of the show here, I do like this idea about the charity thermometer.
What's your thermometer for the week?
Yes. No, I don't want to do it for the week. Let's do it by the month, right? So we're
Yeah.
starting out November right now.
Okay.
So it's again, it goes back to this idea of like, I feel like I've got a good plan sort of month to month on what I want to do and vice
Mhm.
versa. Like, when shows are coming up and what you have going on. Tim, same deal. Like, so next week, the plan will be to come up with our own charity thermometers for November. And we could talk about what benchmarks we want to hit throughout the month.
But we'll already
Do
be
you have your pen?
like 10 days in.
Yeah, but we'll be able to talk about what we've done.
Okay.
That would be
You
like
can
what
count
you
stuff
fill
this
in the
week.
base of it basically next week. Like, what did you do week 1? And
Okay.
then, so
All
let's
right,
do
yeah.
4 things, right? Because it'd be 4 weeks. This would be week 1.
Okay.
So figure out something you're going to do this week between now and then we'll talk about it next week, and then plans for the following couple of weeks after that.
Okay. That's really going to push you to get originals done.
Exactly.
I'm halfway done on that hornbill.
But that's
You
the
started it last night. Yeah.
but that's the plan, right? Like you come up with a game plan of things to do and then go from there. So like for me this week, it's going to be finishing the Inktober piece.
Yes.
For you, it'll be finishing the hornbill.
Mm-hmm.
For you, it'll be finishing
That sign.
the sign.
By next week. Yeah.
Yes.
I'm legitimately
He's
waiting on
waiting on-
parts to get in from
I know,
eBay
I know.
for to even run
Yeah.
it. So those are
But
not
there's a
supposed
lot
to
of
be
stuff
here
that you
till
can
Friday.
prep. There's stuff that you can prep.
There's
and
stuff
get
that I can
ready.
prep. Got a new sander coming tomorrow that I'm
Exactly.
super excited about.
Exactly.
It's not going to give me lawnmower hands afterwards.
You got the base that you're going to mount it to that you've got to get painted and prepped beforehand.
No, we're leaving that like a dark. We're just leaving the.
Oh, it's dark green.
But we could cut out some words and finish one of those barrel signs this week.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So there you go. That's
Or
yours.
like making some Georgia
Pick
coasters.
one.
Yeah. Let's have
Pick
just
one.
one thing
Pick
done
one.
by
All of
Monday.
them.
No, that's the
I
problem.
need to redo
You're
the
gonna get
dining room
two-
table.
Stop.
Stop.
Stop. Pick one. We'll discuss it next
No,
week.
I don't. I don't
You
work
just
like
have
that.
to finish one thing.
I
for
get
next week.
5% done every day
Yeah,
on
no,
10
that's not how it
projects.
works.
And
No.
then once it gets to that, just
No.
like a waterfall, avalanche of
Gross.
success.
Okay.
Gross.
I like this
Waterfalls
plan.
are great.
I like this plan. This is
Yeah.
gonna be great.
I feel like BubbleStuff's not going to be the like. I love the name,
Yeah.
but I don't think it's very.
Pump and Dump is the name.
No. It's either bubble stuff or startage time. And I just really
startage
wanted
time.
the bubble tea.
Shout out to Jason
It's
Longshore.
gotta be
We're
bubble
calling it
stuff.
startage
It's
time.
gotta be bubble stuff because of bubble tea every week.
Yeah.
And that'll be my mission for next
That's
week.
one of the goals is next week.
One of the
we'll
next-
have it.
yeah.
I love what Carl said. Just to round it out, Carl Segi you talked about laser cutters. I talked about obviously the CNC. There's another iteration that kind of goes between the two for cutting metal. And Carl Segi said whenever he first moved to the States, his first job was in charge of a 100-foot by 25-foot plasma cutter. It ran off a floppy disk. He had no clue what he was doing, but it was quite fun. That is like you're cutting steel.
Oh yeah.
It looks fun.
Yeah.
But it looks dangerous.
Have you seen the water cutters?
Oh yeah. Water
Those
jets.
things are insane.
Water jets. That's like
Oh, this is another thing we're gonna do too. Okay. Not to get too spread out. This is all for us, right? We have an individual approach, but then we're gonna take group field trips. We got to plan to do something as a group.
Like once a month?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like we'll plan a group field trip somewhere.
Ooh, let's take turns picking where it's gonna be, and the other
Yes.
two don't know.
Yes, I like this a lot. And then we'll just do it's not going to be like a whole production thing, but like even if we just take some videos while we're there or whatever and save them because we're going to do the screen share and then we can share it that way on the episode.
Okay.
So it's
and
not
it doesn't
a whole
have to be anything big.
Yeah, it's not this big production thing, but even if it's like, okay, today we're going to go learn about this or whatever.
Okay.
That
works.
I like this. This is going to be great.
Who's first?
Huh?
Who's first?
Ooh. Okay, so you have something going on this month, so it shouldn't be you because you have a deadline this month.
No, we'll do this. You're 1, you're 2, I'm 3. And we'll
Okay,
do
he's
a
gonna do
random
a
number
RNG.
generator. Yeah.
No, just
Oh.
do 1 and 2. Dude, let's just flip a coin. It's not fair if she does it if she's got a festival this month in
But
3
I have
weeks.
3 weeks off. I've never had 3 weeks off.
Okay.
Since, like
Heads or tails?
Tails.
Okay. It's tails. So you're number 1.
Okay.
I'll do it second. You get third.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So I'll pick a day. We'll coordinate around holidays and all that.
Yeah.
'cause
Kendrick
that's the other
said,
thing
yeah,
do.
we vlogged the field trip. Yeah.
Yeah,
let's do it,
exactly.
yeah.
Exactly. We'll vlog it and then we'll talk about it after the fact. This is gonna be great. I think this will be good. We can all learn something.
We gotta get
and
some
then-
wireless microphones.
Yeah, and then if you guys have recommendations on things that you think we should check out or whatever,
Functional hoarding. I love it.
yeah, it's gonna be great. Awesome.
You
Just
take
collect
us
more
to
stuff.
Someone's like garage.
I
Look at all the stuff.
We just show up at that dude's house that I bought the scrap wood from a couple weeks ago.
I already know what my first one's gonna be.
Dun, dun,
It's gonna be great.
dun.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Okay,
Thank you
great.
guys so much for checking us out. You can find us on the Home Before Dark YouTube and iTunes, and same rules apply, right? Leave ratings and reviews. Do you
Yeah,
ever
yeah.
live on the
We'll read
show?
them live on the show. Let us know what you guys are working on. We'd love to know that.
and then I
if
think
you
this
guys
will
are
be good.
creative folks or you guys are production folks, whatever.
And this will be good to post things. We did the what were we doing before with Home Before Dark before we break? Whenever we would break out and do our own sort of separate show on individual topics or whatever. What were we calling that?
Extended play.
Yeah. So it's all like that, right? So I think we'll all have we already do, but you especially endeavoring into the X-Carve stuff, all have a reason to plug individual social media now.
True.
Which we haven't done in a
Yeah,
while.
we haven't done that in a long time.
That said, Angie, where can they find you at?
Angie Kokoma Herb. It's ANGIECOCCOMA Herb.
I'm glad you spelled it out because Brian was spelling it Chicoma or something like that. I don't know how he
Hey,
was so
Chico.
Angie Chicoma.
Yeah, it's a lot of letters, but just you can find me through you guys.
And Tim, what about you?
You can find me at Tim Herb on Instagram, I guess. That's
Right.
weird to pump that, but yeah, I will post.
dump
Dump it, dude.
Yeah, you gotta dump it.
But no, that's the right.
It's
That's
true,
the
yeah.
right platform for this.
Absolutely.
endeavor. So
What about
Yeah, you posted on your stories. and stuff.
exactly.
Yeah, that's true.
Exactly.
What about if we're doing these, not the vlogs, but like if we're actually doing some like time lapse of you guys drawing would be really cool.
Yeah.
Like just set up a GoPro and
Yeah.
have it like hovering over your workspace while you guys are drawing
Or maybe we set up a
and put that up on the YouTube
or we
channel
can
or
set
something.
up we'll set up a workshop day where all three of us maybe get together here and we're all, do like a live video or something like
I
that.
saw this thing where 3 artists that I know from these markets sat together and they each started working on something, and then 30 minutes later they traded it.
That was one of my favorite games
but
in
if
college.
like I'm doing markers and then I give it to you and you put it through the CNC and then Kevin gets
Oh.
the shreds.
But that was my favorite. No, it would have to start with Tim for that reason. So he carves a base
and
that
we
then passes.
paint.
But my friend Kelly and Bryce in college, we did the 3-line game. So you could draw 3 lines and then you pass it off. and then the next person draws 3 lines, but it's sort of along those same
Yeah.
lines, no
What-
pun intended. But
Well, we could do it in different rotations too, because I could see this as you draw, you put it into Illustrator, or you
Yeah.
vectorize something,
yeah.
hand it off to me.
Yeah.
I put it in the X carve,
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
or draw, and then vectorize, because you're the one at the table who knows how to really use Illustrator.
Stop pigeonholing me.
Just-
Tim. What?
just
I like to draw
vectorize.
too. Damn it.
No, I'm saying you draw and you then take it.
Our work and you make it.
All right. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. This is great. Well, yeah. And then Black Friday, that'll be, we'll do a separate field trip to get GoPros, and we'll all get a GoPro helmet cam.
It's just videos of you guys Naruto running across
Yes.
Buford Highway.
Yeah.
I really like this plan. And then we can also get, if anybody and everybody, whatever creative endeavors, however you're spending the off season, we want to know. If you're going on trips, if you're working on projects, whatever, you can send them to us. You can email them to us, right? You're comfortable with that?
Yeah.
Show@gethomebeforedark.com.
Yep.
And yeah, we'll just make this a big fun endeavor for everybody creatively, because I think we're all better if we're doing something that we're passionate about. So thanks for checking us out. We'll see you next week. As always, be home before dark.
Stick around for the Atlanta show.